Find product links below and hundreds more videos on my channel. Hey guys, welcome back. So this video is going to be pretty quick. I don't have a model here to show you this setup with, but I'm just going to, use my own face since I already have that here. And okay, so this is a ring light setup that you can do fairly easily. It's not the simplest lighting setup to create a ring light, but it's also not the most difficult. And the thing is with this, if you already plan to buy these CFL lights, because these are available worldwide, they are cheap. And when someone says, what's a good studio lighting system for low cost, whether it's photography or video, my first answer is this, when they want it low cost. Obviously, I've spoken about the Pixel Pros, I really like them, but they're expensive. So this thing, well, compared to this, these are £50 each. And so a set like this costs around £200. I think it's actually less now. I think it's like £80 for two of them or something like that. And they come with stands, so it's a very, very low cost lighting setup. And so if you already plan to buy something like this for lighting loads of other different things, because I use these in loads of different ways. I use them under my photography table, I use them, or have used them for portraits. I actually use my Pixel Pros more, but you can use them for portraits and for lighting up, big white backdrop and that kind of thing. And the most important thing about these is that they are dimmable. They only have 5 levels of dimming, which is not the best thing in the world, but it's so much better than no dimming at all. Whenever someone shows me a light and it's not dimmable, I'm like, no, why would you buy that? So in my opinion anyways, I won't use any light that's not dimmable. For me, that's a huge no. So that's why I really like these for the price, and I will review these in full. They're not completely perfect, they're not easy to travel with, and the color's not perfect. You can get good light out of these, but they do have a green color cast, so you do need to change that in the white balance. And so what that means is that they're not very easy to mix with other lights, and not very easy to mix with daylight. It's still possible to do, if you just add some pink gels to them to remove that green color cast. So they're not perfect, but they are very good for the price, and for the £50 price range for something that you don't want to travel with. These are always the ones that I've been recommending for the past maybe year or maybe a bit less. So this lighting setup is, as you can see, I'll show you the back of this in a second and the way it's sort of set up on the stands, but basically this is just a big huge ring light, and the effect of it will really change depending on how close your subject is. So right now I'm the subject, I'm shooting next to the camera through a mirror, so it looks a bit weird, but basically this will be the kind of look that you'll get from these, regardless of the mirror or not a mirror. And because the lights are right here, so I'm lighting myself as if I'm the subject. So basically, if I'm if the closer I get, the more of a shadow I'll get in the sort of central part of my face. And these are at the moment set up so they're a little bit facing sort of inwards towards me. You can set them up so they're completely facing straight. That will give a slightly different look. And then the further away you get, the more that light is going to sort of again, it's going to be the ring light look, but different. So the advantage to having a big ring light is, first of all, you can shoot much more of a person and still have the same really strong ring light effect. Whereas if you're using a small ring light, one that attaches to your camera, you can get the same ring light effect on really small things. And the problem is when you use a small ring light and you get too far away from your subject compared to the size of the ring light, then you just get this completely flat, not so ring lighty looking image, which in my opinion just doesn't look that good anymore. It just becomes sort of flat, and you start to see all the sort of pores on their face and stuff, in my opinion not in a good way. So you see too much detail on the face, and so I'm going to try and maybe demonstrate that by moving really far away from the light, but this is still huge compared to using a tiny ring light and trying to do a portrait with that. So I do portraits with a ring light this big or bigger. So the bigger the better, because I can move further back away from my subject and get more of them in the frame while still getting that ring lighty sort of look. So let me take the camera off here and just give you a quick look at how this is set up. So these are, let me make this a little brighter. Okay, so those are the 4 soft boxes. They've got inside them, they've got these little bulbs. Let's see if this will go. Yeah, there you go. So there's 5 CFL bulbs in each one, and then they're dimmable just by turning, you know, the CFLs on and off, the different bulbs. Now the 2 more expensive parts of this system are this big boom stand, which is around £60, and then the Manfrotto friction arm, which is around £75. And so these 2 things are things that I use for other things as well, so I don't really consider them a part of the cost of this system. The Manfrotto arm gets used for microphones and holding up cameras and holding up sliders, so you know, it's a really multi-purpose thing. I needed to buy it anyways for other uses. And the big boom pole I use for other lighting systems, for booming microphones and that kind of thing. So again, it's sort of a multi-purpose investment, not necessarily just an investment for this ring light. However, if you just wanted to use this ring light with the stands that came with it, which are these little dinky ones, you know, that came with these lights, then you know, you just need to find a way to set it up so that they hold in the position you want. Maybe use some PVC pipes, or you know, whatever solution you have for holding up the lights. It's not such a difficult thing to do, just slightly less professional than, you know, a system which costs a little more, you know, like this system right here. And I'll put a link to the review of the stand and the Manfrotto arm in the description below. So that's how these are set up. The other 2 are just on regular stands, just the tiny little ones that came with the lights. It doesn't take up too much space in the room, and this isn't something that I would anyways have set up permanently. It's more sort of something that I would use, you know, when needed, if needed. But it is a nice way for me to have a ring light that doesn't cost me much more than what I already spent for my other lighting needs, and something that I can use, you know, I can have in the room used as other lights, and then when needed can just be turned into a big ring light to create this ring lighty effect. So hopefully you've found this helpful, and if you have any questions, feel free to ask me in the comments. I'll have links below to all the things that I've talked about in the video. So thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you soon. Bye.